Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to episode 72 of a show where there's plenty to do. We're glad to be here doing the show as long as it means something to any of you. The Number 9 with Tommy podcast has affiliated gaming, merchandise, and its own loyal number niners. Shit, we've even got 2 best of episodes packed with glum reminders. But we took some time off and skipped some headlines, so allow us to use this show to finish getting you up to speed. Today's show is gonna be nuts indeed. Even as I write this intro less than an hour ahead of recording, I don't know if we have a guest. Tom's friend Moody is putting my patience to the test. She started to respond to our invitation, but didn't send a confirmation text. So now we're anxiously awaiting the rest. It feels like I'm on a date with a horny chick, and the waiter's slow, and I'm waiting on the check. While I'm just staring at her dress, knowing that I should stop concentrating on her chest. But she was close talking me before the meal, and her mouth was salivating on my neck. If I could just pay the tab and get her home, I could start masturbating on her breasts. Instead, though, by the time Moody shows up, I'll be sleeping alone at my house. She'll knock on Tom's door, and he'll have to rock his fat ass off of the couch, wipe the drool and the crumbs off his mouth, give his ketchup-stained shirt to Erica to release the stains with some shout, and invite Moody in just in time to kick her ass out. So whether she's here or not, the show will go on like it was originally scheduled. But it's going to flow like a hacked pipeline that was digitally leveled. Tommy fucking Washington, what's going on inside that glowing white gumdrop on your neck, man? How you been doing? At your head.
I feel like you're a little rough.
What do you mean? On you or Moody?
Moody. And me.
Yeah, well, you caught the shrapnel.
I don't understand.
Innocent bystander.
I didn't do anything wrong.
These things happen in war.
At least I tried to book a guest. Unlike you saying, oh, we're going to have somebody on the show, and then not even asking anybody.
Listen, there are lots of people who want to be on the show. Moody has been booked the last 4 episodes.
Well, you know, man, she has some personal stuff going on. You got to account for that.
Well, perhaps she should stop saying yes to the invitation and start saying, get back to me in a year or 2.
Her excuse for Sunday was that she thought we recorded at 10:30 at night.
I mean, that goes... I feel like Moody has set up a lot of dates and blown those guys off. And instead of looking for...
those guys off.
Instead of using new excuses for the show, she's just recycling her old excuses from...
Well, I said to her, this was my response. Why the fuck would we record in the middle of the night? And she said, what do you mean in the middle of the night? It's 10:30. And I said, well...
Does Moody work?
Pat and I have to work in the morning. I don't... yeah, she has a job.
Okay.
I assume so.
Does she work like second shift?
No, I saw her on Friday, and she told me what she was doing, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Whew.
So...
Looks like you're about as good of a friend to her as she is to us.
Yeah, I don't... What the fuck? I think she's like doing daycare or something. I don't fucking know. She was working at a daycare, maybe. But she told me she doesn't like kids unless they're her friends' kids. I don't know. I wasn't really listening.
Does she happen to run a daycare only for her friends' kids?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well.
Hey, Carissa, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Carissa.
Hey, I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to you. Thanks for joining us on the show. Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't join us on Sunday.
I will still say Happy Mother's Day. And Mason, Happy Motherfuckers Day.
I did say Happy Mother's Day. I didn't take it back.
That's true. He didn't take it back.
I took back the thank you for watching us on Sunday.
You know, I look at myself in the mirror and there's progress every day. So, you know, like you don't notice changes, big or small. My beard is out of control, huh? Like it is.
I've been saying it for years.
Not years. No, I'm saying like since the last time I saw myself on camera. That thing it looks like a fucking, like an oversized chin strap.
Sure.
I got a fucked up football helmet on.
I don't get what
There's
you
Mason.
Guys...
Oh, he complimented my hat. Thank you, Mason. A good friend of mine gave it to me. Oh, do you want to wear your matching hat?
No. Apparently, I'm not a friend of that guy that gave you that hat.
Ooh.
That's okay. I think he's a giant piece of shit, though. We'll just keep it moving. How you doing? Keep it moving. Listen here, Tom. I asked Mace if it was Sunday. He said next. Well, that explains how much Mason listens to what I say.
About as much as Tom listens to what Moody says.
Yeah.
So Tom, you're gonna lead us through this one. You have some ideas.
With what?
Well, I guess we're gonna start with mail time.
That would be a good place to start. That's usually where we started off. You want to start that segment now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Is there anything else you want to talk about, Pat, before we got into the show?
Before we get into mail time?
Yeah.
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to talk about before we get into mail time?
No, not particularly. I want to. I got a lot of. Again, we're back to the texting. I will say this: the people that have texted me, half of them did email in. So I want to say thank you guys. We appreciate the warm welcome back. There were a lot of questions that we'll get into in mail time, and we will have answers for them, I think.
I haven't seen any of these emails. I'm pretty excited.
Fantastic. Well, that's good. You're going to have to read them.
Are they all in podcast outgoing?
They're in podcast feedback.
Oh my God.
This is something I thought about for doing a podcast at your house. It's going to be hard to enter and clip. Unless I have a fucking monitor right next to my face. But I have a plan for that.
What's up, Erica?
You get that thing out of here.
Oh my God, do you have Arlo?
No, she does not. Are you ready?
If Erica has Arlo, I'm ready.
Yeah, we got 2 pieces of mail this week.
Okay.
Oh
yes.
God. Get that fucking cat out of here.
Sorry for anybody who's not watching, but Erica has
Why
did
you have to bring that in just as I
Arlo.
start recording the podcast again?
Arlo has been shaven from mid-tail to the high ankle area and up to the baseline of the neck. Arlo looks like Simba.
He looks fucking ridiculous.
He looks like a pubescent lion.
For those of you listening that don't know,
you're adorable.
Arlo is my cat.
I love you, Arlo. So majestic. Oh, he looks like Dr. Evil's. Is that a cat or a dog that Dr. Evil has?
It's a dog, isn't it?
I don't know. It's hairless, whatever it is. Oh, Arlo. That's Arlo's first voice on the show right there. Mason said, my beard is thicker. Is your beard thicker, or did you just borrow Tom's trimmer and it's full of child hair?
It happens.
Quality question, Mason.
I've never heard that cat whine like that, and it's because you fucking shaved him. You're fucking ridiculous.
The cat is so excited.
I hope you close your eyeballs up tonight.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Why did you do that to that poor cat?
I told you.
That's not his natural state.
The cat is adorable.
I told you I was going to do it.
I said you shouldn't. Multiple times.
You guys have matching father-son haircuts now.
I don't get it.
I
I got what he meant, but I got who he was referring to. But the difference is, I have no hair, and you just shaved half his hair off, so he's up fucking set.
You did this on your own? Oh, okay.
Sorry about that, babe.
Samantha's mom came over and helped?
I brought
Okay.
the dog. Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not recording a podcast or anything.
This is super exciting. I love it.
He's asking me questions.
Ask questions after the fucking show. Get out of here.
Okay.
It's been great talking to you, Erica. Thank you.
Jesus. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Erica Washington.
Anyway, we got 2 pieces of mail, Pat.
Let's do it. Which one are we doing first?
Whatever one comes up first. Mason says this podcast should be brought to you by Manscaped.
Is it Bird Code and Manscaped? Those are our 2. Griff says, I would literally try any new food anytime at least once. Well, we know that about you. But I have less than 0 desire to ever strike up a conversation with a rando. Please take a cue from COVID and stay away from me. That's pretty good. That was in reference to last episode.
Yes, you saying that you like to talk to random people and you would try any type of food. Griff didn't really agree with your analogy there.
Yeah, variety is the spice of life, man.
Yeah, I don't think you mix food with people, though. Like, it's not the same for food.
Yeah,
and
tell
people.
that to Dahmer.
Anyway.
Let's see. Dip says, Patrick, please avoid my glare. Okay. Guys, I'm 15 minutes into the new podcast and I'm so confused. I need answers. Let's start here. I'm sure I will have more questions as I get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. Sorry, Tommy, didn't mean to make you hungry. Pat has a dog? What the fuck? The world is coming to an end. Pat with a dog. Can't. Oh, that's an alarm. That doesn't count.
It's funny that one goes off in the middle of the 10:30 stream and the 7:30 stream.
I set a lot of alarms, bro.
Nah, I feel like they're fucking on purpose.
I'll show you the list of alarms.
Maybe you should delete the ones for this time.
I mean, I could move them. Anyways, Pat with a dog. Can't seem to wrap my head around that. Kind of like how he threw his threw his beloved cat away in the trash with no regard. Treated him like leftovers that spoiled. Oh my God, Frank. Wonder if the cat felt like Owen Hart did. Oh my God. When his harness failed to hold his weight. You know, the weightlessness when he was tossed and falling into the trash. What the fucking shit?
I loved it.
Dip Dizzy Whistle.
This is a great email.
Why did you move to Pat's basement? Tommy's house was all set up and looking pretty.
I appreciate that, Dip.
What happened to the taser? You two really need to work on your communication with the fans. Why didn't an email go out to all about the break? I mean, some don't have time to sit around on social media. I blame Tommy. Have a great day. Glad you're back to ease my commutes. Well, I want to say thank you for the warm sentiment there at the end, but it was so doused in the gasoline that fuels my recent found hatred for your attitude that I don't know how to thank you. I'd like to point out that Frank was already dead and frozen. And Owen's harness did not give out. It accidentally triggered, leading to his untimely death, which was an absolute tragedy.
You talking makes me feel triggered.
Well, you sensitive bitches nowadays are like that.
So Dip, to shore up some of your stuff, we posted on multiple platforms that we would be back on May 10th. I don't know how else.
I think that's his thing. Is like he doesn't go on those platforms.
He
probably because
follows
he'll fucking break through them, fat ass. Anyways,
He follows us on all those platforms, though.
Dip, are you active on social media? Like, are you going on, or do you just have social media? Like, I have Facebook, but I'm really just scrolling for memes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you were following us, you don't post on social media,
Right.
but you read social media.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what
like
I
my
mean?
news outlet.
Yeah.
Only not for real news.
I was gonna say it's not a good news outlet.
Yeah.
Well, which one of them are? But anyway, so that's number one. The reason we were set up at Pat's house was because, and to quote Pat, sometimes it's hard for me to drive the 8 minutes here.
First off, it's 12 minutes, and I didn't say it was hard. Hey, man, what's up?
Holy fuck!
Hey, can I have one of those Coke Zeros?
I'm gonna tell you guys what.
Pass that.
We are never, ever, ever, ever
Pass that
taking
back
a
one.
break from doing the podcast
Thanks, bro.
again. Because all of a sudden, it's a fucking free-for-all to come down here while
Tom.
people are here.
Our waiter just brought us soda. Do you want a Coke Zero?
Get out of here!
No Coke Zero?
Your grandmother. You don't have to say your mom.
Wow. He's making your mom jokes down here.
Yeah, well-
No respect from these kids nowadays.
Jesus Christ. I was my beard trimmer kid.
Kiss you.
Anyway.
First of all, how do I have no respect when I came from?
Yeah, hold on. Hashtag beast mode.
Don't
He's gone. He's
Don't do
gone.
it. Don't do it. Anyway.
Okay, I wasn't just gonna buzz past that one either.
He doesn't know that I told that story on the podcast. Should probably keep it that way. Anyway,
What happened?
he doesn't know I told that story on the podcast.
Well, I mean, it is a mortifying story for you to tell on the podcast.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. We should
Especially when the girl that he has a crush on probably listens to the podcast.
No, she doesn't listen to us. Maybe she does. That'd be hilarious.
Would it?
Well, at the same time, at least she knows that
That's
he's-
true. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a legit crush.
Yeah.
She's not like, what the fuck was that weird shit? She's like, oh, I get it.
Oh, he
that
likes-
was flirting? Oh, I don't like that at all.
So anyway, Back to the reason. So Pat said it was hard for him to drive the 8 minutes up the hill.
I did not
And-
say it was hard to drive up the hill, you piece of shit.
So I decided to build a PC that we could stream off of and put it at Pat's house so that he was more comfortable half the time. Does that sound about right?
No, I mean, bits and pieces. That story was about as true as any other media outlet, so I'll take it.
Okay.
You might as well post that story on Facebook. There were 2 people involved. You and I were the 2 people. So far, that's good.
And I did build a PC to record shots.
That's true. That's true. Out of like random extra parts, if you guys are curious about how obsessive Tom is, he gets just fixated on one thing. Most recently, building computers, the actual hardware for the computers.
Well, I'm not fixated on it.
You built 3 computers in less than 2 years.
Less than a year.
Less than a year, sorry. And had never done that previously.
Yeah, but it's not fixated. I got a new craft. I learned how to do it. I'm not fixated. I had extra parts. That's why I built the one for your house.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I get fixated on certain things too. That's just like the personality type that we are. Once you find something that you like, you just latch the fuck on like a shark.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like change.
Oh, speaking of, did you see the pit bull that killed the baby in Connecticut?
No.
I think the baby was 1 month old. Yeah, not only that. So, I mean, let's overstate the obvious here. The family was fucking there. If the baby was 1 month old, you witnessed this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe they can stop the pit bull or something. I don't know.
No, I completely agree. I'm not going near that fucking thing.
What?
What are you going to do?
I assure you, if there was a pit bull attacking my child, no matter how old, 1 month old, 12 years old,
What the fuck are you going to do?
I'm going to beat the shit out of that dog.
I probably tried that. How long would it take for a pit bull? You know, you're talking about soft bones, like zero development here.
Yeah, I'm saying like if it bit at one time, I mean, like I understand the child baby is going to be fucking mangled off one bite, but at the same time, like, get control of your fucking dog.
Yeah, truly tragic. Somehow now I'm gonna fuck this up because I didn't read this. I'm going off of secondhand information, but the father of that child is now the prime suspect in a different case about either a murder or a missing person. Yeah, like all in one fell swoop.
Well, sounds like justice was served.
I'm sorry, you think justice was killing his child?
No, but at least the family of that missing person or murder suspect or, corpse is going to get some justice because that pit bull ate his baby.
Oh my God, it did not eat the baby. What the fuck?
Man, is it dead?
The baby died, yes. He died.
So it sounds like the pit bull ate it.
I don't. That seems like a weird way to put it. Like the
Let me ask something. If you put something in your mouth and you just chew it and then you spit it out, do you consider that eating?
No. Do you?
I guess it depends on what it is. A piece of gum, no. But if I put a piece of steak in my
That
mouth,
would be the only exception.
Well,
if I ate a piece of gum, I would then spit it out afterwards.
This isn't really for mail time. We should probably get out of mail time, but I have something that is going to be mind-blowing to you.
This is something I don't already know, obviously.
I would assume so.
Is it about your eating habits, your dietary habits?
No, everybody knows that I love Oreos. Dunked in milk. I don't understand.
Just until they're perfect. You can't overdunk them because then they get soggy.
Too soggy.
Yeah.
You want them nice and soft.
Right. Is there some crisp involved?
Just enough. Just like a hint. You know another thing I don't like is like kettle cooked chips because they're too crunchy.
Oh, I disagree. Vehemently disagree.
I'm not a big crunchy person.
Chips.
I'm more of like a soft crunch, like a chewy Chips Ahoy cookie or something. You know what I mean?
I do like soft and crispy cookies.
Yeah, hard cookies. Whoever likes hard overbaked cookies.
Yeah, if I had to choose, I would take an underbaked cookie over an overbaked cookie.
Yeah, you people are psychopaths.
You people are psychopaths. One of your coworkers,
what do
I
you
will
mean,
tell
you people?
You said it first. I just agreed with you. One of your coworkers, and I will say which one off of the air. I will say his haircut matches that of the great Hulk Hogan. Really? All right. Put yourself at work. You're standing where you work. Okay? In the place where you stand. You turn left. And one of the motherfuckers on your left looks like Hulk Hogan with glasses on and less muscle mass.
Gotcha.
Okay. That guy's wife.
You said
makes-
Hulk Hogan? Really?
Yeah, same haircut.
Come on, dude. That's not even close. Wasn't Hulk Hogan's long?
Well, if he doesn't trim it, then it will get long.
Yeah, but it's not. Okay.
I don't know how many other people I could have referenced for that fucking hairstyle. I'm sure there's plenty, but
Say
I
the
couldn't-
Milkman or something.
Huh?
The Milkman. You don't get that reference?
No.
His son.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have though. So, anyways, his wife
I know you want to have. You didn't.
makes the most amazing fucking cookies in the world.
Are they overbaked?
No. Here's what I don't get. Right? She makes them and then bags them up, obviously, and then he brings them into work. So time has passed, and they're still perfect when they get to you. Like
That means that she's a good baker.
you can like squish them with your hand because they wouldn't crumble, but they're still crispy when you eat them. I can't explain it, bro. You need to tell him you demand cookies as
Pat, for all these
scientific
people
research.
watching at home, they obviously see I don't need any more fucking cookies. But once we get out of this mail time segment, I'm going to have two great things for you. One's a cookie story,
Okay.
and the other is my thought about chewing food.
Cookie?
Cookie.
Definitely got to get the burps from this soda.
Mason says that, but an overpass is still a bridge. Yes, I agree with you, Mason. That's the smartest thing you've ever said. But that's not hard to beat. He built one of those computers 3 times. That's a fact. The new dad works it's not his wife, but yes, I agree with you. She makes phenomenal cookies.
What kind of cookies you make?
All different kinds, and they are fucking amazing. Like amazing.
I've never been able to bake. I don't really get it. There's like a science to baking. I should say baking desserts, but I don't really like desserts, so I don't think.
And Erica makes a lot of good baked foods, but
Agreed.
sometimes her cookies are too hard.
Maybe she's trying to tell you something. Like, if you don't give me something on the hard side, I will give you something on the hard side.
I doubt that. That's it. Yes, she went to school to be an actual baker. Not my
Oh,
wife.
your coworker who's a new father's bride to be.
They're not.
I'm pretty sure I saw him. Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else.
No, you're thinking of the other one. You're thinking of the one. Well, yeah.
Hey, if I asked you to go to the vape shop and get me some coils tomorrow, would you do it?
Absolutely not.
I knew that was your answer. You're
What
such
I-
a piece of shit.
if
It took
I-
you fucking 5 minutes to do it.
I would actually have to go somewhere on my lunch
Oh
break.
wait, you have this, right?
Sure do.
Let me get a coil. I'll pay you for it.
Let me get a bottle of juice that has menthol in it.
Menthol?
I'll pay you for it. Ooh, see, we don't set a deal.
I do have some juices that you like Pachamama.
Nah, I don't like those anymore.
What?
Nah,
Vape tongue.
no, it's just like I'm on what I'm on and
What are you on?
menthol cigarettes.
That's it?
I'm trying to vape right now.
I thought you meant like menthol cigarette vape.
No. Anyway, let's go back to this.
You know, menthols are going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's not for sure yet. It's not a guarantee. You want to talk about that? You want to get me on a fucking tirade? You want to get me fucking pissed off down here?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
That hasn't happened in a while.
I don't know if I put these in here. I'm sure I'll fit.
Mason said if that other one gave me a cookie, I would probably not eat it. I'd definitely wash it first. Wow, why all the hatred for her?
That's not what he's talking about. Not what he's talking about. Think about it, Pat. Mason, I don't like you most of the time. But that was a pretty good one.
I don't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. Is he talking about somebody's wife? Are you muting? This is what we've come to. We've come to muting ourselves to have private conversations while doing a live webcast.
Hey, man. You know, you don't want anything out there on the
It's
internet.
fucked up, Mason.
Fuck you, Mason.
That's one.
All right.
You
Anyway,
said show him the picture.
I think he means. Remember that picture I sent everybody?
No.
Yes, you do. Oh, the bearded lady?
I do. Barely, but I do.
It's a fucking classic picture.
Classic.
Oh, man. Anyway. All right. So, Pat, these are two things I'm going to tell you real quick. We decided while I was inputting all that stuff that we're going to switch gears up for the show and add in another topic that we didn't have before. First off, this isn't going to be like a movie time segment, but have you watched that new movie on Amazon with Michael B. Jordan?
No, I've seen the picture for it.
Like the trailer?
Yeah.
So
I haven't even seen the trailer.
I got to tell you, it's a 2-hour movie.
All right. Well, you've told me now. Moving on.
The first hour and a half of that movie,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Okay.
Last half hour sucks donkey balls, but
Because of the way it ends, or because
yeah,
the
it's
movie
it just kind of like
peters out?
it was just kind of like a blah ending.
Nobody wants an anticlimactic ending.
But they definitely set it up to have more spinoffs. So this could be something big, which I think would be good. Like I said, the premise of the movie was very good. A little weird. Well, I don't even want to say weird. It was just it was a good movie. I would definitely go watch it.
Michael B. Jordan is a unique talent in that he's really, really good
And he's sexy as fuck.
and not very memorable. Like he's a really good. He's not He's not Will Smith. He's not.
He's also kind of new at it. You know what I mean? He doesn't have. But I mean, look, nobody would know who he is if he didn't do the 2 Creed movies.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But I think he's in a position where he's going to make himself especially this could be the new Rocky or the new what was that movie that Eddie Murphy was in that there was a bunch of spin-offs of Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be a comedy, but it could be something of that nature. You know what I mean?
I don't mean that he's not memorable in the sense that his career will not be remembered. I mean, you buy into his character, so you're invested in the character, not Michael B. Jordan.
That's how I am with any movie I watch.
I don't know. There are some guys that I just want to see them be in movies.
Like Kurt
Mark
Russell.
Wahlberg, fucking
Kurt
Leonardo DiCaprio. Why do you keep saying Kurt Russell?
Because I think it's hilarious that it got so fat.
Are you talking about Russell Crowe?
That's what I meant.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Who the hell's Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell's in Big Trouble in Little China.
I've never seen it.
I don't understand how you've never seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Because you never forced me to watch it.
Old Man... It's not Old Man Rivers. What is it? Old Man Clutch. Old Man Clutch loves Big Trouble in Little China. He brought it up the other day. I was like, yeah, buddy.
You know what else he loves? We were talking about this the other day. It's Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder's a classic, too. You know who stole the spotlight in Tropic Thunder? Tom Cruise.
Oh,
I hate
for
to
doing
say
the
that.
cameo in it?
Yeah, it was so fucking good. The whole shit at the end with him just like being...
Ryan Reynolds. What about Ryan Reynolds? Ryan Reynolds is fucking amazing in everything he does.
So do you follow him on social media?
No, but I hear he's fucking hilarious.
The dude's nonstop fucking hilarious. All the time. Everything he says is top-notch humor.
You know who the other one is? The one that plays in, man, we're going to a whole fucking movie thing here. The fuck is, The Avengers with the group guy.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah. Fucking hilarious.
Are we listing people who are funny or people who Liz would fuck if she had the chance? Because we're on a roll.
Anyone. I mean,
Yeah, literally anything
Russell
is an
Crowe.
upgrade. Yeah, Fat Russell Crowe. Fat Russell Crowe's really just my doppelganger anyways.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Just a little bit older.
You should apologize.
So anyway, if you have the chance, Pat, watch that movie.
Yeah, I'm a Michael B. Jordan fan, and I'm sure she'll be down to watch it.
It's a pretty good movie.
I don't really watch movies without her at this point. I go home and I do other things, and then like right when I'm about to go to sleep, I'm not kidding you.
She's like, let's watch Harry Potter.
No, I put on Scrubs like right when I'm going to sleep. And I don't know why, but Scrubs gets me right to bed. He's coming out in a movie where he plays a non-playable character from like GTA, just one of the random pedestrians. Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, that looks fucking awesome. Have you seen the preview for that?
Well, where
He described it perfectly. He's like a bystander in GTA. Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, but I think there's more to that movie than he has like superpowers. and it takes him. He's in like the bank when it gets robbed. Like, and that's.
I gotta tell you, I don't remember the preview. I remember.
I'm pretty sure it's what it is. I think he has like some sort of superpower.
I don't give a fuck. You could put Ryan Reynolds on a stool and just have him talk all day, and I would.
You want to hear about bad takes?
Bad takes?
Yeah, bad takes. Like somebody had a bad take.
Sure.
Erica doesn't think Deadpool's funny.
What?
Yeah, she didn't like it.
What didn't she fucking like?
I don't know, man. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, Free Guy. There you go.
Yeah.
So
Deadpool.
No, listen. I'm not big on the second. Like the second one.
The second one was incredible because the story was so good.
And
that fucking kid saying that he was shoving a shiv in his prison wallet made me fucking die in the theater.
I'm not
Everybody
saying, like,
in the theater missed the next 5 minutes of the movie because I couldn't fucking compose myself.
You want to hear another funny story about that?
Yeah.
About like a movie theater thing. So I went and saw Zach and Mary make a porno in the movie theater with
shout out to Kevin Smith, I believe, made that movie, right?
I don't know who made it. I know that my boy Seth Rogen was in it. So I went to go see that with Baby Mama, right?
Yeah.
So you know the scene where he's banging her in the ass, and and the guy's underneath filming, and he pulls out and she shits all over him.
Yeah.
And they go outside, and he's like, "Bitch just frosting me like a fucking cake." Dude, I was dying so bad. And then randomly, like 2 minutes later, I just was thinking about it and just started fucking dying again, dude. I couldn't stop, dude. That was my favorite part of that whole fucking movie. It was so fucking funny.
That's great.
He's wiping the shit out of his eyes. And he's like, "That bitch just frosted me like a fucking cake." I was dead, dude. So anyway, let's get out to movie talk. Man, we should do a whole podcast about movies.
Often we do.
Jeez, we're not going to get to anything we want to talk about tonight, but I got to tell you 2 things.
Well, that's one.
No, now it's 3 things.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, we're going on a whole spiral here. So, back to your point about, like, do you consider putting something in your mouth, chewing it, as eating it?
Yeah.
So, like, gum, if you look at it, has calories.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense you don't swallow. Your body never digests it. And I assume it's because your saliva picks up something out of the gum.
Well, you're taking it on the flavor. It's packed with sugar and shit. You're swallowing the sugar in your spit.
Well, so then you could say the same thing if you put a piece of steak in your mouth and you're chewing it, it has calories.
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying.
You don't put that in your calorie pool?
What started this?
No, it was just a thought when we talked about whatever the fuck we were talking about earlier.
No, you were trying to prove a point, and you said that's like saying...
No, the gum thing.
No, the gum thing was your point.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to prove.
Before that?
I don't remember, man. It was fucking 2 segments ago.
We can't pause and rewind because we're too lazy. The gum thing I said, that would literally be the exception to the rule. That I do consider eating a piece of gum and spitting it out.
Okay, that's your...
But if I eat a piece of steak and spit it out, I would say I couldn't even eat the steak. Yeah, like it was so bad. You know,
I've never said that.
I've had some rough steak. Remember the time I
Dude,
gave
I went
you
on
completely raw sausage?
Yeah, I still ate it.
Wow, that pause, no homo, whatever needs to be said there. When I said that I gave Tom completely raw sausage, that was in reference to a bratwurst.
Completely raw sausage.
All right, we just got a new title for the episode.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yeah. So, anyways, I've undercooked steak. There's nothing that I haven't undercooked because I refuse to overcook things.
Did I ever tell you about the time I saw John Knapp in Thomaston when I was on a date with a girl?
No.
So
I want to know why completely raw sausage made you think of John Knapp.
It's something before that.
Oh my God, you guys have the same haircut and the same beard. You guys are like doppelgangers now.
We have the same tattoo. So I was on that dating app, Plenty of Fish, and I meet this broad. This woman.
Brashu?
Yeah, this woman. And we're talking for a little while, and she's like, no, listen, she was not attractive.
Was she from Thomaston?
She lived in Thomaston. That's how I saw her.
Okay.
So I go to her house, right?
You don't remember her name, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
I think I asked you if you knew her.
That's a small town.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think she grew up there, though. But she had a little rugrat running around, which is always great when you're on a date with somebody. Oh,
this was a first date?
Yeah, first date. First time I ever met her.
Let's turn around and walk out.
Okay, so it gets worse. I'll tell the whole date, right?
Okay.
So we get there, and so I get there, and she's like, I'm going to make you steak. Like, what's your favorite meal? I was like, a fucking steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get there. She made me fucking, like, plank steak, like a flat like flank steak that you cut up for like.
First off, flank steak is an amazing cut of meat. I guarantee it was not flank steak.
It was like a steak that you would cut up to make like steak and cheeses, like a very
Like steakums?
yeah, like a very small thin piece of steak.
Yeah, steakums.
Yeah, it was, but
like,
it was
like not sliced or shredded. It's
let's put it this way:
It
it was
was
$1.99. It was $1.99 a pound, and
Yeah.
this girl had no money. So
shaved steak.
yeah, it was a little bit thicker than that. It was like,
I know what you're talking about, and it's tough as fuck.
yes, it's not very good. There's no flavor to it. It's something that you put in steak and cheese. Okay, so that's what she makes me for dinner.
Okay.
Do you want to know? So while I'm walking up to her apartment, though, that's where I thought I saw Homeboy, right?
Okay.
But I wasn't gonna go out of my way. I hadn't seen him in like at that point like 8 years. How am I gonna go out of my way to say hi to him for? So I we eat dinner. We're hanging out on the couch. It's time to put her son to bed. Her son's like 2.5. Okay. She gives him a fucking bottle.
I know. You tucked her son in on the first day?
No.
Clear. You said we go to put her son to bed.
She went to go put her
What
son.
song did you sing her son? Tell the truth. You sang "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," didn't you? Sick fuck.
She goes to put her kid to bed. Right. I'm sitting on the couch.
You were like,
and she
"Dad, say Dad."
And she hands him a bottle and says, "Go to bed." And I said,
Was it a bottle of milk?
Yeah, no, like a bottle of milk instead of like, at 2.5. Like I can understand you put in bed with a sippy cup. You know what I mean?
Well, even like a bottle of water, I guess.
Anything that doesn't have a nipple on it at 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. So I go, how old is he? And she told me like 2.5, whatever. And I'm like, why are you putting him in bed with a bottle? Like at this point, I have a kid. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Not only that, but you're also being very judgmental. But go ahead.
I don't give a fuck. Shortly after, so right there, right? I'm judging people. And shortly after that, I got up and left because I couldn't handle it.
Which part couldn't you handle?
I couldn't handle it. She was such a bad mom that I had to leave.
So you tucked this kid in and just left.
I didn't tuck him in.
That's so fucked up. So you sang him a fucking bedtime melody, and then you just moseyed on out like you were going, like his last guy went to get a pack of cigarettes and never came back.
Yeah, I got one better.
Hold on, before we move on. Mason said he's clipping that raw sausage issue. Carissa said Cherie, and Carissa,
no, I think it's supposed to say sure.
Oh, I thought that was like Cherie, Bob. Carissa also said raw sausage, nice title, and Mason just said people are still breastfeeding at 2 years now.
It's not right, Mason. That's my point. This is why we have such a soft society. I'm not going to get into all this.
I can't really take part in this conversation because I don't know what the appropriate age is. Like 2 seems pretty young.
It's right around a year.
If the child is up and if the child can walk and talk,
then they shouldn't be
right
drinking out of
like
a
it's
bottle.
No longer a baby; it's a toddler. Move on.
Yeah, so like basically, you stop feeding a child out of a bottle when they're off formula or breast, like when they should be off breastfeeding. So it's usually around a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Would be like by a year they're starting to eat solids and they're getting off of formula.
I did once have a friend who gave me A, their child to watch, but also B, formula.
If the child's old enough to comment on the quality of milk, time to stop.
I'd prefer 2% today, please. Thank you.
Whole milk.
So they drop this toddler off with formula so that I can make a bottle and put the kid down for a nap midday.
A toddler?
Yeah. I'm gonna say 2. I mix the formula with milk like I assume you're supposed to. I shake it up real good, heat it up, feed the kiddo, and that kid shit mountains of shit for the rest of my time watching him because apparently formula goes into water, not milk.
Yes.
This was not something that I knew previous to this experience. They thought it was hysterical. I thought it was smelly.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, how would I know, bro?
Pat,
I don't remember.
Well,
what
we're
my
on
mom
the story
fed me.
of girls with kids that you go on a first date with.
That was like my buddy. That wasn't a girl that I was dating.
Well, no, I'm trying to finish up my story.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So we got the gum, putting food in your mouth, spitting it out, steak story. All right. So this one, I go on a first date with this girl, right? I don't know if it was the first
How many
date.
kids does she have?
1. He was 7 years old.
Okay.
Okay. So by this time, by now he's like 16 or 17. But anyway, I don't know if this was the first date, but this was the first time I spent the night at her house.
Did you guys build a fort and hang out?
No, I didn't meet her child.
I only
Because
asked
I'm
because
a
you
big-
tucked the last one in, so I'm curious how.
Listen,
how
I'm
far.
a big person on I don't like meeting people's children before we are serious because I would never expose you to my child before. Like, Erica and I were dating for like a solid 6 or 7 months before she met Colin.
Right.
Because that, to me, personally, is good parenting. Either way. So,
But it sounds like introducing them to strangers is actually an upgrade each time from their own standard of parenting. So maybe it's best for the kid.
listen, this one's going to blow your fucking socks off, Pat.
I'm ready.
So, I go to, I end up sleeping over. I fall asleep. We did the hibbity dibbity. I fall asleep.
I don't understand. Could you explain?
We had the coitus.
Okay.
Okay. And I fall asleep.
Okay.
And I wake up around.
Hold on. I'm curious. Where'd you finish? Tell the truth.
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you.
That's inside.
Probably.
Go ahead. You fell for the penis guy trap.
Probably. I don't remember. So I wake up around probably 2:30, maybe between 2:30 and 4 in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. And
Oh my God, the kid's in bed.
yes, the kid was in the
Oh my God.
the kid was in the bed with us. So I wake up and I'm like,
please tell me this kid is big spooning your fat ass.
I wake up and I'm like, I wake her and I'm like, what the fuck is your kid doing in this bed? And she goes, oh, he gets scared in the middle of the night and gets in bed with me. I'm like, I'm a fucking random guy he's never met, and you're allowing him to get in a bed with us?
I'm curious. You had intercourse with this girl. Are you dressed?
I probably had boxers on or something.
You put clothes back on after sex?
Yes.
You swim with a fucking t-shirt? What the fuck?
I don't know. Regardless.
It's amazing how we can be so similar and so different.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you, bub.
Oh, speaking of, let's just talk about something that we don't have in common. I literally think of you every time I wipe my ass. That's a true story. Every single time I wipe my ass, I think of Tom Washington. So you live with that for the rest of your fucking days, sir. Every fucking time.
I wonder if Tom changed the way he wipes his ass yet. You crumpling motherfucker. You're so weird. Crawls into bed with random guys. Hence the yeah.
Oh, Mason, that's great. The apple doesn't fall that far from the tree. Mason says she also apparently crawls into bed with random guys. Hence the child. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man,
like mother, like son.
I was mortified. I immediately got up and left. I continued to have the coitus with her against my better judgment.
But
and
from then on, you exclusively slept in the bunk bed or tree fort?
This was a recurring thing to the point where...
Oh, the kid always climbed in bed with you, you mean?
Yeah, I made it very clear. Like, eventually I had to stop talking or saying her because I couldn't handle it. Like...
Did you ever spend time with the kid?
No.
There's no way to word this that doesn't sound bad. Did you ever spend time outside of the bed with this child?
No.
What the fuck? That's super weird.
No shit.
So this kid, right? Okay, let's just play this out. You stay with this woman. You guys fall in love. It's magical. And eventually you develop a bond to the child. This child is like, he's receiving an award. We'll call it graduation. And he's the valedictorian, which is doubtful because his mom would have had to do his work for him. So he's on the stage and he's like, I just want to thank my feet for always supporting me. I want to thank my arms for always being at my sides. I want to thank my fingers because I would always count on them. And I want to thank Tom fucking Washington because when I needed a cuddle buddy for the first several years of his relationship with my mother, when we had never spoken a word to each other, he was there for me. He embraced me in his big bear-like arms. And eventually, our relationship advanced to something with a deeper meaning than just inside the bedroom. What the fuck were you setting yourself up for, sir?
That's why I no longer speak to that person.
He also could have thanked the sidewalk for keeping him out of the streets. I'm just saying. There are so many things to be grateful for, but the biggest one is those big old strong arms of you.
I just can't fucking, like, I don't know, man. Do you want to know what the part that scares me the most, Pat?
What's that?
Is that Some part of me believes that my son's mother did the same thing.
I really want to ask him, but I also do not want to ask
Traumatize him?
Well, yeah, he would know, like, wait a second.
That's not a normal
This
question.
is unusual.
Yeah.
I should not answer this question honestly. I don't think we get the truth out of him at this point.
Me neither. But
do I think that your son cuddled randos? I do.
I know.
Where was the kid sleeping? Was he between you?
Yes. He was in the middle of us.
I have so many problems with this.
No shit, Pat.
It's, oh my God.
This is what I'm talking. Like,
Where was the baby daddy?
I never met him. I have no idea.
But he was a part of the child's life?
Not that I'm sure of.
If at that time...
How many men shavers has he used?
Yeah, did you bring your trimmers over for this kid?
Mason, you're
Tell the
fucked
truth.
up. Mason, you're fucked up.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I do know this, that she had a strong liking for black men.
Okay.
This child was whiter than me. So
he was albino?
No.
What the fuck?
He was.
What was his name? Q-Tip?
Yes. It was like a namesake in his house. According to her, his father and I are the only two white people that she ever slept with. So, like,
are you also the only two white men that her son has slept with?
Probably.
Okay.
Dude, can you? I just, man, I feel that kid's definitely.
Man, you had some dark days, bro.
That kid's definitely gonna be doing drugs. I feel horrible. I really do. Like when you see a kid in that situation, like hopefully somebody saved him. You know what I mean? Like my son had me, so I was able to rescue him from a horrible situation. Hopefully somebody was there to rescue that kid because he is fucked.
It sounds like there were plenty of dudes to rescue the kid. I don't know if one of them actually pulled through though.
Yeah, but they would have to stay with his crazy ass mother, and that's not happening. I bumped into her years later. Like
Hold on,
I
this
don't
girl
want to
that
say
you repetitiously had sex with.
It was a dark time, Pat.
Did you flood that cave?
Multiple times.
Oh God.
All the time, Pat. All the time.
Mason said, "What if you were supposed to be the guy that saved him?"
Ooh, sucks to be him, huh?
Wow, you let that kid down.
You guys are fucked up.
We're fucked up. At least we're not out there fucking snuggling this kid fucking nightly and then complaining about it on a podcast after you shatter his little heart.
I somewhat bumped into her like a year or two later.
It's not the girl from the Walmart, is it?
No.
Tell the truth.
No.
I'm just kidding. You guys couldn't have both fit on a bed.
She's about the same size. No, she wasn't that big. Listen, I'm telling you, man, that girl from the Walmart wasn't that big, dude. I was seeing her, dude. It wasn't.
Well, there's no way she was that big when you were seeing her because she clearly gets a little bit bigger every day. Otherwise, she'd never be the size she is.
You're a fucking horrible person, Pat.
That chick has to weigh herself on 2 scales.
You're fucking brutal, dude.
Let's be honest. Mason said to this day, oh, I can't wait for this. To this day, this kid has to use 2 body pillows just to remind him of your embrace. Oh my God. Do you think this kid says your name in therapy, or do you think he just references you vaguely?
He probably doesn't remember my name. Trust me, it wasn't a
It was
long thing.
Mommy and Tommy. Oh my God.
It wasn't a long thing, dude. It was like maybe a few months, like 3 months that I continued this time. Anyway, I bumped into her a few months later, or like a year later, maybe at the billiards when it was still open.
Okay, and then you banged her in your carpeted pickup truck.
No,
different girl. Okay,
totally different girl. I don't think I had the carpeted pickup truck at that point, and she wouldn't even look at me. She was very
yeah, because you left her and her son for dead, bro.
Well, listen, man. I wasn't their Superman. I don't.
How'd you break up with her? Did you tell her you were breaking up with her? Or did you ghost her?
I ghosted her.
Brutal. Well played, sir.
What do you want me to do, bro?
I mean, you could have at least,
said bye to the
lied.
kid. And said what?
I'm going to get a pack of cigarettes.
I have a feeling that kid's real father said that.
Yeah.
That excuse was already taken. All right, so fuck. Let's do this quick, huh?
Yeah. What other habit do you plan to wreak on this podcast?
We got 2 topics, I guess. We'll only do 2. Well, 3. Let me ask you first. While we're on good stuff, right? Or funny stuff. I don't know how funny this is, but how do you feel about Tim Tebow potentially coming back as a tight end for the Jaguars?
Oh, he's coming back as a tight end?
Yes.
That I didn't realize. I think it's great, man.
Me too. What couldn't happen to a better guy?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Oh, hold on. Mason said, "How could you be her Superman when she clearly preferred the Black Panther?" What the fuck?
Jeez.
Mason. There's the old expression, walk soft and carry a big stick. Mason is doing the opposite today. He is slamming his feet down with each step. I like it, Mason. Tim Tebow is a good dude. It didn't work out for him. And here's a second chance. Tight end and quarterback are oftentimes interchangeable. Wide receiver and quarterback. Oftentimes. Yeah. When you're a really good quarterback but you're too small, you become a wide receiver. When you're quarterback who's less than stellar, why not give it a go at tight end? Tim Tebow is going to have to bring out a little bit of monster to play that position. Those tight ends aren't fucking sissies. He's going to have to hit some people.
So a lot of the reports I've seen saying the Jaguars are going to sign him, sell a bunch of jerseys because Tebow has a cult following.
Yeah.
And then cut him.
That's fucked up.
Which makes tons of sense for the Jaguars.
Well, does it? How much are they going to pay him?
Probably $1 million. And if there's going to be some sort of clause in there that if he gets cut, he doesn't have to get paid. His guaranteed money isn't going to be a lot because he's starting at a position he's never played before.
Well, I guarantee he's played it before.
No.
You don't think he's played it in high school, middle school, nothing?
No.
So what would make him do this?
Realizing that he can't hack it as a quarterback, couldn't hack it to play for the Mets.
Fair.
And needs to make money.
How does this guy keep getting shots?
Hey, he's athletic.
In fucking professional sports.
He's athletic, but he's not pro athletic. You know what I mean? He's athletic enough to stay on the radar.
Yeah.
But he's not a pro athlete. You know what I mean?
Well, he is. I mean, he's been a dual.
Yeah, you get what I mean, though. Like, he's not pro athlete caliber.
I'm interested.
Who knows? Maybe he comes out and he's the best fantasy tight end in fucking football.
Here's what we know about him. His work ethic is on point. We know that because he's made it to be successful as many times as he has. I'm not saying that he's the greatest of all time at any particular thing, but to be on the Mets is to be successful.
He wasn't on the Mets, though. He was on the
organization.
Yes, so is my fucking, the Torrington Twisters, right? Or they're not the Twisters anymore. They're the Rebels or something.
Are they single A or double A?
They're a double A team for a clubhouse. I don't know what clubhouse.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But it's
a farm team.
Yeah, you can't say that the guys that play on a team were made it to the organization of whatever team that's for. If that's the case, then my sister's ex-husband and all of his brothers.
Are you having a family reunion that we didn't know about? How many people just came here?
Who the fuck is upstairs? Oh, it's fucking Samantha's mom.
Oh, okay.
At first, I thought it was Moody. And I was like, this bitch just showing up.
We both know that's not happening.
I was like, this bitch just showing up wherever she wants, walking in my house. What the fuck? Anyway, so then you're saying that, oh, well, they made it to the organization. No, they didn't. They made it to a fucking podunk fucking baseball league in the middle of nowhere.
Did Tim Tebow play double A? Did he play triple A?
The kid finally tracked you down after all these years.
He's upstairs. Papa!
I was watching your live stream. I'm not saying, listen, if you hate Tim Tebow, you're a fucking asshole. That's really what it comes down to. So
he's not a bad dude.
I hope it works out for him. Everybody's going to be watching the Jags to see how he does if he does play.
Yeah.
So fuck it, why not? And people are upset because they're saying, Colin Kaepernick didn't get a shot. Why is Tim Tebow getting another shot?
Did Colin Kaepernick offer to come back as a tight end?
No.
Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe. I'm in agreement with you. You know what I really don't like, Pat?
What's that?
And it doesn't matter what media source you listen to, and it's people in general I'm finding out. Everything comes down to race. So Colin Kaepernick didn't get his chance because he's black and he's being blacklisted by the NFL because he took a stance, blah, 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 blah. And listen, he stood up for what he believed in. It didn't work out for him. That sucks, right? at the end of the day, he ruffled feathers, dude. Like, nobody wants the problem. Tim Tebow isn't a problem.
I don't disagree. Now, do I think that he should have been a problem? No, I think that people should have stood behind him if he believed that passionately about what he was fighting for.
I also can't say this enough, Pat. Do you know a lot about Colin Kaepernick?
No.
Okay, I want you to understand.
I know he had one of the illest afros ever. I mean, that thing was fucking beautiful.
Yes.
God damn,
this
I love
is
that
true.
hair.
For him, and listen, I'm glad that he's standing up for people that are oppressed, right? Like,
Sure.
I think that's a noble thing to do. This man was adopted by a white family, grew up in Podunk, fucking, I think it's Utah, and they were millionaires. He did not grow up poor.
Well, that's an interesting. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of food for thought that this guy really doesn't know what it's like to be oppressed. He says that when he was in college in Nevada, he had one encounter where somebody, a police officer or something, raided a party and they were racist towards him.
Okay.
One time. And listen, one time may be all it takes, right? And again, I'm not doubting the fact that he should stand up for what he believes in.
Sure.
But at the same time, you can't go around saying that you were oppressed when you grew up a millionaire.
Yeah, I can see your point. It's an uphill battle for sure.
Yeah, like he doesn't.
I don't see, for example, I don't see like Jaden Smith or Denzel's son or any
Of them,
son of or child of affluential black celebrities complaining. You know, like because they had money coming up.
yeah.
Do I think that having money is an exemption? No. But you bring up an interesting point. He probably didn't face nearly as many uncomfortable situations. I don't know if that's too weak of a word. As the average person. Tom, it seems like you and Colin have a whole wealthy childhood in common. That's true, dude. You did get Adele the same day that your brother got Adele.
I don't understand what this fucking has doing with it. I'm not going to apologize because I have a good living. And my parents shouldn't apologize for providing their kids with stuff.
2 stuffs.
2 stuffs, 3 stuffs, 4 stuffs, 5 stuffs. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, nobody should have to apologize for giving to their kids.
No, I mean, I understand your point. I do think that Tim Tebow obviously kept his nose to the grindstone. He was still in an athletic environment. He was still participating in sports. I don't know Kaepernick's story. Is he still?
Do you want to know another good one?
What's that?
He said Kaepernick, not C Money. Thanks, Mason. Thanks for comparing me to Colin Kaepernick. My parents were not millionaires. Not
What did you
even
think
close.
he was talking about?
My son.
You thought he was talking about your son?
I didn't know what the fuck. Why would he say Colin?
Because we're talking about Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, but it's
That's
harder
why you
when
got
my
so
son.
upset.
Yeah, I was like,
what the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, I was like, why are you talking shit about my kid, Mason?
No, not Mason. You. I was like, what are you so upset about?
Yeah,
He
that's
was
what I'm saying. That's why I got upset. I want to punch Mason in the face again. Fuck you, Mason.
That's
Anyway.
2.
Anyway, back to what I was saying here. Another thing about this is Tim Tebow didn't ask to get scouted by a bunch of teams and then blow it off and move the location the day of.
Oh, I remember that publicity stunt.
Yeah.
I think, what was his reasoning for that?
Something about his media team wasn't going to be allowed at the tryout or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, how
Okay.
badly do you want to play in the NFL?
Yeah. And I don't think the story's done for Kaepernick. I don't think we've seen the last of Kaepernick. But to that point, I mean, did he go play in the Canadian Football League? Did he go play in the American Football League? Whatever. That's what I'm saying. He could have.
Yeah, there's other things that he could be doing if he really wanted to play football. What he wants to do is stay relevant and stay in the news.
Well, no, but he also could have transitioned back into the NFL, possibly,
By doing
had
that.
he done those things.
That's
Now,
what I'm saying.
Do I think that he has been blackballed or blacklisted from the NFL? I do think that he was. I don't think that he is any longer. I think that if he proved that he could still fucking ball out at this point, I think he'd be led onto a team.
Absolutely.
I do think it would have to be a very, very big football market, like a Chicago.
Chicago, Dallas, Niners.
Oh, man, while we're on the
Steelers.
subject, did you read about the new fucking Raiders fucking football stadium?
No, I heard it's fucking phenomenal. The
Dude,
Niners
they have
actually had like
a fucking DJ and like a whole, like, I think hot tubs and shit outside the end zone. Like, there is a fucking party on the field.
I want to say it's the Jaguars had the same thing.
Really?
They have an upper deck with a fucking hot tub and a pool for VIPs and shit.
That's not the same. These people are on the fucking field, bro. Like, 1 minute you're sipping rosé, the next minute you're nursing a broken fucking nose because, you know.
I don't think it's that in depth.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna have to see pictures of this. I think it's. There's no way it's that close to the end zone. They can't put people in danger like that.
Disagree. You get. Look at a baseball stadium. People get fucking rocked with baseballs all the time.
Yeah, but if you also look, there's fucking netting up all over the place.
Behind them, not on the side, not on the.
Yeah. Have you been
sidelines? What is that called?
The baseline.
Baseline. There you go.
Have you been to a baseball stadium lately?
Lately, no.
Yeah,
Mostly because baseball sucks.
If you go down like past first base and third base, there's netting all the way up.
Really?
Yeah, because people get fucking smashed in the face with a foul ball.
Huh.
And people don't like that.
I don't like this. I don't like this world that we live in.
So anyway, getting out to Colin Kaepernick stuff.
Yeah, moving on.
Today I heard a news story on my way to work that really enraged me. And I continued to I read up a little bit more on it today to figure out exactly what's going on. And I'm still a little, because the two stories I read were a little conflicting. I read one out of San Francisco, and then I read two national stories.
Yeah.
From opposing news stations to see how they contradicted or whatever.
Okay.
So the one out of San Francisco, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, I'm talking about how the San Francisco school district decided to go back to school for 1 day. And I think the 1 day is being misrepresented. Okay. I'm going to tell you why. So from what I read was there's 4 weeks left of school.
Yep.
The seniors are allowed to go back for the last 4 weeks of school.
Okay.
They're saying the 1 day because they're allowed to go back on the 14th, which is Friday.
Yep.
And the 15th of May was the cutoff for them to get the stimulus money from the federal government.
Oh, so they're going 1 day before the deadline.
Yes, and I think that's being misrepresented by national news versus local news. Now, I'm not 100% positive because I don't know all that too much, right?
Okay.
But the two national news stories I read said it was 1 day, for 1 day. The other one said that they were allowed to go back and finish up the school year for 4 weeks. Just the seniors.
Starting 1 day before the deadline.
Yes. Well, they didn't say 1 day before the deadline. They just said on May 14th.
Oh, okay.
But then the other news stories represented that the deadline was May 15th.
Okay.
1 day before. So this is something that's been being pushed since, I think, November.
Right.
Right? Like early November, definitely like pre-election. So like probably late October, early November, through that, all the way into the transition of leadership in the country that we need to put kids back in school. Right. And a lot of liberal states, and when I say liberal, I mean democratic states, have chosen not to do that. And whether you agree with it or not, our state went back full time. Most places, and it's really up to the cities and the towns whether or not they're going to let the schools open. But these teachers unions are really the ones pulling the strings, right? Because they're representing the teachers saying they can't go back unless all the teachers are fully vaccinated, even though the vaccine's been readily available for at least the last 2 months.
Yeah,
at this point,
the vaccine is extremely easy to get.
Yes. So these teachers have had no excuses not to get them. So if they want to go back, like if you want to make that require them to get their vaccine and then they have to go back to work, it's very simple. If you don't want to get your vaccine, well, guess what? You don't work here anymore.
Hold on, before we move on. I was listening to a news story, and the news source kind of gives you the headline, but then gives you a punchline that's not necessarily true. That's just the way they do it. Think of like the Daily Show with Jon Stewart when that was funny. I don't know who that guy is now, but it's not as funny.
No, it's funny. It's very more political than it used to be with Jon Stewart.
Who took over? Steve Colbert took over for Jon Stewart, and then Noah Matthews took over for Noah whatever.
He's I don't think his name is Noah. He's the black guy that, Trevor. Trevor something. He's a black guy. He's from, I know it's not Apple. Oh, man, what country is it?
Beside the point.
Yes.
So it's that style of news. And they said that CVS is responsible for 50% of the unused vaccines that are getting thrown away. And the other guy goes, well, no shock there. CVS is also selling 100% of the Halloween candy that hasn't sold from last year, and it's May. And it's like, well played, man. Well played. Trevor Noah. Man, I got both names. I nailed it.
That's funny. Do you want to hear a funny story about that?
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, my father actually is a manager for CVS. Been one for 25 years.
He was until CVS corporate heard this podcast and fired him. Go ahead.
Why? What's the difference?
I'll tell you what. Before you get to your story, speaking of people getting fired, somebody went on and trashed LeBron. He was a franchisee of a coffee place. I don't know the name of the fucking coffee place.
Don't even tell me, dude, that they fucking pulled this franchise.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, he's from South Africa. There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Irish in South Africa, which is why I would find it very difficult to place Trevor Noah's accent.
He has a very unique accent.
Yeah.
And I know it wasn't African.
I wouldn't have been oh, yeah, he's African.
A typical African dialect that you would think of when saying Africa. Anyway,
yeah, go ahead.
If you're going to tell me that this guy got his franchise pulled from him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I don't... Listen, it's a fucking coffee franchise. But since I don't know the name of it, let's call it Subway, right? So we can put it in perspective. So this guy goes on, trashes LeBron. I can't even remember what he fucking said. But the franchise basically started getting tagged in things. Now, he didn't trash LeBron in a post from like a franchise source. It wasn't like, a picture of him wearing his uniform. This guy went on independently, privately, trashed LeBron, and then people from the local area who recognized him started tagging the franchisor in their responses to this guy, and the franchisor fired the franchisee for saying the things that he had said.
Don't you love it? Don't you fucking love the country we live in? Fucking piece of shit like LeBron James. Anyway.
Wow.
You don't think
harsh?
You don't think that's harsh? Or you think that's harsh? You think him saying that we should murder more cops is the answer?
Well, you and I had this conversation.
Perfectly just killing?
I agreed at the very beginning. I agreed that it sounded like LeBron was dishing out death threats, right? Because he said, "You're next, hourglass, #accountability." But then you were like, "Are you sure he's not saying like you're next to be held accountable?" I was like, "Man, that's a really fucking good point." So it seems like we've actually swapped opinions on this one because
I'm just saying like it's easy for LeBron to say whatever the fuck he wants to say while he's sitting in his fucking ivory tower. You know what I mean? Like this fucking guy is a working class dude that fucking stood up for police officers. Which I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a fuck who you are. As long as you're the guy that killed George Floyd, deserves to be in prison. I think everybody on the planet can agree with that. He was found guilty by a jury of his peers, right? So we can agree on that.
Yeah.
But what I can't agree on is anybody that trashes a cop that has to make a decision within seconds. And then because you don't agree with the decision that he made, well, guess what, motherfucker? You weren't out there policing the streets.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So here's the story. Man loses his coffee franchise for telling LeBron to eat a eggplant. Not kidding. That's what it says.
I love it.
Yeah. Fucking lost in translation. A Louisiana man who operated a PJ's coffee franchise in New Orleans has lost that franchise over a comment he left for LeBron on Facebook that was turned into a screenshot and weaponized against him. According to Media Sports, Stephen Bruno Jr. Has been stripped of that franchise after the corporate office found out that their franchisee told LeBron to eat a eggplant emoji on May 3rd post where James wrote, "Protect your young black women and men." This guy then went on and I said, "Eat a dick." For the record, the picture of this guy on his Facebook is him sitting on a ledge. Looks like he's maybe hiking. It has nothing to do with coffee or the coffee franchise.
Hold on, time out. Pump the brakes. Now, where I don't agree, I take back a lot of the things I just said because LeBron didn't say anything wrong there. So, again, context is everything. That guy just going on there and saying eat an eggplant is just a fucking stupid move on. No, I don't agree with his franchisee being his franchise being taken away from him.
Right.
Not a big fan of that.
Right.
But at the same time, I take back what I previously said about this guy standing up for what was right. What I'm saying is, if the guy was standing up for what LeBron said about the police officer, totally different circumstance.
Okay.
This guy's saying protect your young black
Why
women
is it
and
a
men.
different circumstance? Why, if this guy's on his personal account, can he not comment
Well, in
to
my
whatever
eyes,
he wants, whenever he wants?
again, in my opinion, in this franchisee's opinion, maybe they have the same opinion as me. Why the fuck are you going out there and say that and then getting us tagged because at the end of the day, the franchise only cares about making money, and people going after LeBron, that's going to affect them more negatively than positively.
That's true. I also would like to see,
Especially in, let's be real, Louisiana, I'm sure have more.
LeBron's got a healthy following.
Yes, they have more African Americans living there than white people.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm tired of people getting fired for the things they say over social media. I'm tired of, really, just the freedom of speech being violated. If what you're saying is not outwardly offensive and inhibiting somebody else's right to pursue happiness.
Telling LeBron to eat a dick is outwardly offensive.
How many times have you said eat a dick to somebody?
Who's saying I wasn't being offensive? If I said that to somebody at work,
which one of the people that you said it to was offended?
I'm sure somebody that may have overheard that may be offended by it. A female, a child.
Okay, to your point, they should create something on these social media sites where if somebody does say something offensive, you can make it so you can never see. Oh, you could block them.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Pat. I'm just saying, you got to think through their eyes, man.
I just can't see you, especially the fact that he didn't say something offensive. He put an eggplant emoji because you can put fuck in a headline in a newspaper if you put an asterisk. That makes it unoffensive. So this guy put a fucking cartoon, but that doesn't make it less offensive.
He was telling LeBron to use vegetables.
That's right. He's like, listen, you're a pro athlete. You need to take in vegetables, and while you're at it, maybe some vitamins.
Maybe you should eat an eggplant.
There you go.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just trying to be the mediator here and see both sides of the coin.
I'm going to sit on this story. I want you to see it.
Like sitting on the eggplants?
It says, parent infuriated after Virginia high school forced student to read graphic book about oral sex. So we're going to leave that for the next podcast, but it is in our messenger for you. Wait till you see the very specific references to what page says what. It's awesome.
69 says something?
No, it's not that. It's the things that the book actually has in it that they force these fucking high schoolers to read.
Love it.
Just like if I was in high school when this book came out, I would have been like, yo, best class ever.
So what were we talking about, Pat, before we went on a little tirade? We got to wrap this up, but there was something.
You were saying you heard a story that left you offended.
Oh,
because
the school
of the
thing. So what really floors me about this, right, is it's crazy to me how Democrats got super upset that Trump may have or may not have used tax loopholes to not pay more taxes.
Sure.
Okay? Which I understand.
You understand what?
That they would be upset by that, right? Especially if you're a working class person, you pay, people pay between probably $5,000 and $10,000 a year in taxes on average. In federal taxes.
You're saying you could understand how somebody would be upset that this person followed the law and used it to his benefit?
Sure. How that could make them upset.
Okay.
How they found the loophole and you couldn't and be upset about that, right?
Oh, jealous, sure.
Okay. Maybe that's better.
Yeah.
But they're upset. At the end of the day, they're mad. But nobody is saying a fucking goddamn word about the city of San Francisco finding this loophole to get that fucking $12 million of your money.
I say fucking more power to them. I also say more power to anybody who finds a loophole. And I root for the individual or the American
But
to
that's not. But that
find a way to get ahead.
I'm with
legally get ahead.
I'm with you.
You're not talking about fucking heroin dealers on the street corner. You're talking about these people are doing their fucking homework. They're putting their nose to the grindstone, their ear to the street, and saying, "Holy fuck! Look at this. We just found $12 million."
Yeah, but well, I'm not.
You said it's the seniors that get to go back to school. What about the other schools? That's high school.
So the deal was, now this was a California state law that they passed once they got all the stimulus money.
Yeah.
So for each district to get a part of the money, your grammar school kids had to be back in school by X date, which they were.
Okay.
High school or middle school had to have classes resumed by May 15th.
Okay.
So they will with this, and that they're not even sure 100% they're going to get the $12 million because it's not the whole schools.
Do you remember Spirit Week at school?
No.
Spirit Week, like Monday was like 80s Day and everybody
You're
dressed
going to explain a bunch of shit that my school did not do. So no.
Here's my question. If there's a day, pajama day, at one of these schools, okay, and they say because it's pajama day from 11 to noon, we are going to take a nap in the spirit of pajamas. Are you going to let one of these kids cuddle you? Just like with their mom and you?
I don't understand what this has
to do with the story. Are you going to go take a nap with these fucking kids?
I don't understand what this has to do with the story, Pat. These two things are unrelated, and I'm a little upset that you're not enraged by this, because at the end of the day, it's your tax money.
Not my fucking. Is it federal money?
Yes.
Oh, then it is my tax money.
That's what I'm saying. And
man, more fucking.
The amount of money we wasted on this fucking coronavirus.
Do you think that there's a school zone that deserves less money?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, okay. So this is a school that I guarantee you needs money, because every fucking school needs money right now. So they found the money.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just don't agree with it.
Then change the fucking rules.
I think they should.
Well, then I disagree with it.
I can't fucking change them. I'm not a politician.
That's true.
I also wouldn't have approved the fucking, $40 fucking trillion coronavirus bill.
This could have been different if you didn't vote for Biden.
I didn't vote.
You didn't vote?
Yeah, motherfuckers didn't know that, did you? They didn't vote.
Why didn't you vote?
I wasn't in the state. I couldn't vote.
Oh. I didn't vote because I don't vote.
Yeah, I didn't vote, so nobody could blame any of this on me. It doesn't matter, dude. We live in a blue state. It's never going to make a difference.
I would have voted for Joe Jorgensen anyways.
Yeah, your vote doesn't matter. Don't ever vote.
Hashtag worthless vote.
Anyway, so what was the third? Oh, this fucking pipeline deal, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm driving home from work yesterday, and I tend to listen to the 5 on Fox, and they're talking about this. And the first thing that pops into my head is these motherfuckers will find any way to raise the fucking gas price. And they're trying to blame it on fucking Russia.
Did you see any of the people at these gas pumps? First off, I watched...
Well, I guess, so like Georgia, Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, those states are greatly affected by this.
You just, there's a Bible Belt in the Midwest.
Yeah, that's...
You just literally listed the incest belt of America. Like all the people who interfamily fuck. Every state you just named, like the most redneckian of all redneckishness. That's right. 2 new words on the podcast today. Which one of those was real, Tom?
I was going to ask you for another vocab game today.
I forgot. Didn't even think of it.
So those states are greatly affected by it. But my point to it is, first, you mean to tell me this fucking pipeline doesn't have fucking max security to act against something like this? And listen, breaches happen. They happen all the fucking time. Hackers are hackers. These things happen. But, if this isn't a fucking game and you guys don't realize it, and I'm not big on conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
Is this the same pipelines from the previous headlines?
No, it's not the Keystone Pipeline. Now, Patrick, if we would have kept the Keystone Pipeline open, we wouldn't be having a fucking gas shortage, and we wouldn't be raising the price of gas.
From what I understand, the Keystone Pipeline is not. It doesn't produce gas that can be used in vehicles, anyways.
That may be true. I'm not sure.
I believe that all of the fuel from the Keystone Pipeline.
You understand?
gets
None of these
exported.
pipelines, it's not exported. I think it might be natural gas and propane or something like that. Natural, like those types of natural gases.
Yeah.
What these gas lines do is they transport it from where, like, they truck in the gas to Texas.
Yeah.
And then it gets distributed through this pipeline to all the states.
Okay.
That's how they have gas reserves.
Sure.
Now that I would have to look into that Keystone Pipeline, I'm not sure. I thought that was the pipeline that went from Alaska to us for gas.
I don't believe so, but I also have done zero research and one time read a Facebook post.
So we sound like fucking idiots. But either way,
well, at least we're back to the normal swing.
I do believe that if we kept that gas line open, and this isn't anything I heard on the news, but if we kept that pipeline open, it just makes sense to me that the gas prices would not influx. Also, it was Tuesday when I first heard about this. This, I guess, happened over the weekend. Okay?
Yeah,
they
welcome
said
to 2018, bro.
Yeah, they said within a week, gas prices would rise on average 5 to 7 cents nationwide.
Yeah.
Tuesday morning, on my way to work, gas was $2.95.
Yeah.
At the mobile station that I would never get gas at because it's overpriced anyway. Wednesday morning, this morning, getting on the highway, $3.05 a gallon.
So it went up 10 cents overnight.
Over fucking night.
That sounds like 5 to 7 cents over the week. Mason said we import most, if not all, of our crude oil for gasoline use. I thought so.
Yes, this is true, but and Mason, you can look this up. You got the keyboard in front of you. I'm pretty sure the Keystone Pipeline was to transport the crude oil that is in Alaska, so that we did not reserve on or rely on other countries for our crude oil anymore, and that's why gas prices went down. Gas prices is also the highest it's been since 2014 on a national average. 3 months, Pat. 3 months.
3 months since Biden took office?
It's been 3 months.
I think it's been 4.
I don't think it's been 4. He took over
February, March, April, May.
4 months, Pat.
Yeah.
4 months. It only took 4 months for this shit to happen. I guarantee you by the end of summer, gasoline's $5 a gallon.
What if it's not?
The national average, I guarantee you, will be.
Smells like a bet.
Do you agree that the national average of gasoline, because it's already $5 a gallon or $4.60-$4.70 in California?
Fuck off. Is it really?
Yes.
Jesus.
The national
Europe.
Well, that's $4.50 a liter, so it's really $9 a gallon.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that by the end of August, the national average for gasoline will be over $3.50 a gallon.
How'd you just go from 5 to 350?
I'm saying the national average. I'm saying
you're going to be all conservative.
I'm saying the national average.
There are people. I don't know if you've seen any of these memes or these fucking news articles. One, I saw a straight up fist fight. Way back in a line for gas. Like, these people weren't fighting for the pump, okay? They were fighting for, like, the 12th or 13th position.
Yeah, before the fucking gas station ran out of gas.
It was a man and a woman in a fist fight for gas.
Who threw the first punch?
I did not see that portion of the video. It picks up on them swinging, fucking.
Guarantee it was the woman.
Windmill
I
punches
hope so.
at each
If not,
other.
that guy's a piece of shit.
Either way, the man got out of his car. If she's attacking him, roll your window up. If she breaks your window, report it to the police. Do not fucking hit that woman. Just
no
insanity.
No
I saw what's a normal garbage bag at home? Maybe 25 gallon.
Yeah, something like that.
I saw somebody who had a ton of those. Now think of what gasoline would do to a garbage bag.
To disintegrate it.
Yep.
Filling up gas. What a
tons of them stacked up.
These fucking rednecks.
It looked like a fucking McDonald's ball pit.
No shit, they're
with gigantic balls. Then you know the semi-clear. They're like plastic but almost white totes that would be like 250 or 300 gallon for like used oil or for DEF fluid.
Yeah.
There were people putting those in the bed of their pickup trucks and filling the fuckers. Because they heard there was going to be a shortage of gasoline, so they went and got 300 gallons for personal use.
Oh, Keystone
This
Pipeline
is-
already exists, but the extension the president stopped for bringing it from Canada to Texas. Yeah, but I also believe that they're not using the Keystone Pipeline anymore. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Either way, these hackers shut down this pipeline, and it is
So-
bitterly reminiscent of toilet paper and paper towels a year ago.
You ready for this? So this is the other thing I heard on this. So within a week, raises gas prices 5 to 7 cents a gallon. They said it could take 6 to 8 weeks for the price of gas to come back down.
Well, I mean, by their math, it was 2 weeks for Corona to keep us in our houses. So 6 to 8 weeks for gas prices to come back down. Gas prices will come back down by the time your son dies of old age.
Fact. The Colonial, yeah, I know the Colonial Pipeline was the one that was cyber attacked. I understand that. That's the one that goes from Texas to the East Coast.
There was also, while we're on the subject, a meme. It was, you know, the really awkward gas can. It's like, I'm going to say it's a rectangle. Kind of looks like a suitcase. Maybe holds 10 gallons, maybe 12 and a half. They had those stacked up in the back of like a hatchback, like a Subaru Outback. And it said they could trade that in for one piece of 3/4 inch plywood. And I was like, fuck, yeah, like so many prices are
I talked to,
skyrocketing.
you know, the guy that always rents, you know, the guy that always gets propane tanks
No.
and a compactor.
Nope.
I don't want to say his name on the show. You would know him. You would know him.
Okay. Okay.
You got it?
No.
You're a fucking idiot.
Oh, yes.
Okay. He's in the store yesterday.
Yeah.
And he goes, just over at the depot. Sheet of plywood is $64 fucking dollars.
Gee.
And I'm like, what? And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna start parting out my house. Like
For real.
Dude, for real. I talked to another guy today, he's building a deck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what, do you hit the fucking lottery? And he goes, dude, I've been saving up for this. And then I had to continue to save because the prices went up. It cost me like an extra $5,000.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
You know who else is doing a deck? Fucking moron. Like, these people make no sense to me. If you know that the price of lumber went up, stop your plans. You don't need a deck. It's not a necessity.
Or take what is now a free upgrade, right? So before, let's say you wanted to build a deck of wood and it was going to cost you X. You know that really nice stuff, the permanent stuff that is X plus Y? Well, now X plus Y is equal to X.
Is it?
Well, it's got to be because that shit.
Why? The
isn't-
underneath of that is still is still wood.
I'm sure it's
It's
even if it's gone up, there's no way it's gone up as much. You can't justify that type of increase.
no, I'm sure they could.
I'm gonna look into it because I'm curious.
You can't justify them raising gas prices by 10 cents a gallon in one day.
Sure, people were filling up 300-gallon containers.
Not in
'cause they're
Connecticut.
assholes. Well, listen. Okay, well, you tell me the source in Connecticut where we're getting our gas.
Sure, it gets trucked right in. Well, I don't think we
From where, bro?
to
From
the
where they're
coast.
pumping?
No,
Yeah.
to the coast. It comes on the fucking barge to the fucking
From where?
from other countries.
My point is, we're sending all this extra fuel to all these. Think of the paper towel and toilet paper, right? We're sending all
Have you
the
been to
extra
New
paper
Haven?
towel and toilet paper. New Haven?
Yeah, New Haven.
Sure.
You ever drive down 95 in New Haven and you see all the fucking gas things?
Sure.
That's where all the gas goes.
Okay.
From the ocean.
But you don't think that one thing affects the other? You don't think there's a domino effect in play here?
I'm just saying, man, people are greedy motherfuckers. If they were really worried about some states have done this, which I think is the right thing to do. You suspend your fucking gas tax. And control the price of gas so people don't go broke.
Well, not only that.
Especially in a time. Now, listen. These motherfuckers.
You can also ration gas. That's not against the rules. Instead of letting these fucking morons buy, 30 packs of paper towel, they went limit 2. You cannot buy more than 2. At sometimes they
After they ran out. After they ran out, Pat.
Well, it's going to be the same thing now because they're going to say you're limited to 5 gallons of fuel. If you can't make that work for work, thank God you're fucking quarantined still, so you can work from home. I did see some people were limited to 30 gallons, which who the fuck has a tank that big?
My father's F-150 has a 36-gallon tank.
Really?
My truck has a 24-gallon tank.
Oh my god!
I don't know what to tell you.
You know what I learned about my new car?
What's that?
I can make it to and from Virginia
On 110 gas?
less than $100. It was like
No, I could tell you that. I can make it less. Well, no, with the price of gas going up, I can make it. I can't make it to and from, but one way it costs me about 120 in a truck.
to go both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I filled up the tank in Virginia, and I was driving home
It must
And
cost you like $60.
for fuel
Yeah,
altogether.
yeah.
80. So on the way home, like whatever, I'll use made up numbers because I don't remember the exact numbers, but I fill up my tank and it's like you have whatever 450 miles to empty.
It really
And
got
it's like-
500.
It's like you have 500 miles till your house. So I'm driving, and as I like reach the top of Virginia, it's like you have whatever 300 miles to empty, but it's only 315 miles to home. And I was like, whoa, I'm going to make it on one tank of gas. Now I didn't, Tom. Why didn't I? Because I'm super fat and super lazy, and I knew that if I stopped for gas in New Jersey, I don't have to get out and pump because that's illegal. So they pump for me. So I stopped for gas in New Jersey so that they would pump my gas for me and I could feel like royalty.
It's cheaper too in New Jersey.
Do you tip the guys in New Jersey? I do.
Sometimes if I have cash on me, I will.
I was traveling. I had cash.
Okay.
Just
I don't carry cash on me when I travel.
Well, you absolutely should.
Why? I use a credit card. That way, if anything happens, I can dispute it, and it's not losing my money, and then I just pay the credit card off
Unless
when
you
I go.
literally lose your money and then you don't have a backup. What if you drop your wallet?
Have
Bro,
you
when
ever-
I go to New York City, I have cash in each sock. I have cash in all 5 of my pockets, like 2 back pockets, 2 front pockets, and my little drug pocket.
Why?
I have cash everywhere. Where if you get mugged?
Why would you get mugged?
I don't know, because people are crazy, bro.
With that
do
logic,
we need to explain
hold
that
on.
people are crazy in this country with
Hold on,
the show
with
that we
that-
run?
With that logic, you should do that every day because you can get mugged anywhere, anytime, any place.
It's much less likely for me to get mugged in this micropolitan of Torrington, Connecticut,
Yeah, but
than
you
it is.
But you work right near Hartford. It could happen any day.
Well, I work near Hartford. I don't hang out. I'm inside of my work building. The odds of me getting mugged, that would be an armed robbery. I mean, they'd have to come into the building and fucking rob me.
What about on your walk to your car?
I'm in a gated fucking parking lot.
I'm just saying, man. Shouldn't be profiling people in New York like that. It's not
I
right.
will say that, like, I went to Dave and Buster's. I had cash in each pocket.
Why?
I always separate my money.
Are you scared? I don't
No,
understand.
I'm prepared. I don't have to be scared. I'm prepared.
I have never once thought about being mugged.
I hope you get mugged.
Why would
You
I
know
get
who
mugged?
I hope it was? I hope
This
the
isn't
father of the
fucking-
child that you cuddled. I hope that dude punches you right in your face and takes your fucking eye
It's
watch.
not 1980, Pat. Why the fuck would you think you're getting mugged? How many people do you think get mugged nowadays?
I don't know.
I have never heard of a mugging. Like I've never
You've
met
never heard of a mugging?
I've heard of
Let me
it.
explain what it is.
I've
There's an episode on Fresh Prince that will help you.
I've never heard of it heard of someone getting mugged in recent memory.
Jesse Smollett.
That was
Now, that was a
staged.
made-up story,
That's not
but
real.
still.
That doesn't count.
I'm going to look up the statistics on mugging before the next episode.
Please do because
We know I'm not,
But
I would like to.
I really hope you do because I cannot wait for you to sound.
I will guarantee you this. More than one person a day gets mugged.
I don't think. Yeah, probably.
All right. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You feel me?
You think the statistics of you getting mugged are higher or less than 1%?
Me personally, I'm going to say Mason says he got mugged in 2008. What now? Now you've heard a story about somebody getting mugged.
I
You're
can't
gonna protect
believe
your
Mason.
money?
I knew you around that time. Shortly thereafter.
Hold on. Mason, did you get mugged outside of your wife's fucking former work establishment?
He wasn't dating her then.
2008?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I was still living in Massachusetts.
I can't believe how long ago 2008 was.
Yeah. What do you fucking do?
I am shattered on the
That was
inside
like
right
13
now.
years ago, dude. That was before. Well, no, we knew each other.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I'm old as shit.
pretty much. Mason,
Fuck you, Mason.
Mason, we've
That's
seen your
3.
high school picture. There's no way that you look like that and got mugged. They would have thought you were Bruce Lee. You ready to end this? I think we hit on everything we wanted to talk about.
Tom, normally I end the show by saying I say good day. But on this particular episode, why don't you read all of the number niners, whatever your favorite nursery rhyme or bedtime story is. I can pull it up on the internet and you can read it and you can reminisce the times that you spent putting all these random fucking women's children to bed.
I was in Waterbury when I was still living there, and I got a decent fight, but a couple of other guys came over.
So you got mugged, but then some people helped you out. Okay, I got it. It says, Pat, I have a quick question for you. That's Mason. And then Carissa says, and I didn't work there when I was with him.
Hold on, Mason. Mason, time out. You didn't get mugged. You got beat up and robbed. That's like not...
Wait.
Want to see my eye? Huh.
What the? Hold on. How's that not getting mugged?
Because he got into a fight with somebody.
You know
they
that,
kicked his ass.
I think I understand what happened.
Hold on, time out.
You have confused
he
what a
didn't
mugging
get mugged.
is.
No, he didn't get mugged. What I'm saying is he got into a fight with somebody. He got the shit kicked out of him, and then they took his shit. It sounds like you had what was coming to you, Mason. We're starting fucking trouble.
No, he didn't say he got
He
into
said,
a fight.
I was living in Waterbury when I was still living there.
Fight.
And, I put up a decent fight.
You know that you don't need an actual coffee cup to get mugged, right?
Mason, you didn't put up a decent fight. There's probably 2 hits. Them hitting you and hit.
Mason said, want to see my eye?
You get the
he
joke.
Was helped out. Took my whole wallet, all my money. Started the fight after I was told to run my pockets. Oh. Well, that's not very intelligent. If you had just put all of your money in separate pockets, you could have given them all the money out of one pocket and walked away.
Yeah, Mason.
Lesson learned.
And Mason, that $1 you had wasn't going to make a difference in your life. Why would you fight over $1?
Wait, so was this story made up? Was this a reference to lucky number 11? Is that what you said? Do you get it?
No, the eye thing was about your boy from the other day. You want to see my eye?
What? Well, there was also, I told the story, I think, on the podcast at Madison Square Garden, where the kid dropped an N-bomb on the other kid and then got fucking his eye split wide open.
Can we get out of here?
Yeah.
I'm fucking hungry, man. I want to eat that.
I will say this before we go, in reference to the price of wood. Doobie wanted to work on his boat dock. So we ran to Home Depot, and like halfway there, he was like, fuck, I forgot my wallet. You got like 30, 40 bucks? I was like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay.
So we got 6 2x6s. 6 2x6s.
$100.
It was 71 something for 6 2x6s.
Yeah, well, 2x4 is $10.
They were $13.98 a piece, I think. I can't remember exactly.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Fucking brutal. And he was like, so 30 or 40 bucks. That changed. I was like, yeah, bro. Thanks.
Give me the cash.
Yeah.
All
right. Mason said, and Tom, I'm pretty damn scrappy. I can take a hit and definitely deal one back when I looked like Big Boo. Orange is the New Blackburn to himself. That was the character on Orange is the New Black that Mason looked like Boo.
Yeah, the fat
prisoner.
dyke. Yeah, the fat dyke, right?
Wow. Did you already stop? Oh, you did. Okay.
No, I didn't.
Well, I don't understand why you would have said that.
Because that's what they called her in the show.
They called her a what?
A dyke. They did. Go back and watch the show. I didn't make that up.
That makes it okay. They called her Boo.
They also referred to her as a dyke in the show.
Yeah, that's a hateful slang term that they were using towards her. It wasn't her fucking nickname.
Okay, I don't understand. Okay, whatever. How is that a hateful slang term?
I'm sorry, have you never heard that term before?
I have, but I never thought of it as a hateful thing.
It's like the N-bomb. It's the most aggressive word you can call a lesbian. It's like the K word for Jews. It's like...
What's the K word?
I can't tell if you're being serious at this point. Have you ever heard the term kike?
No.
Well, that is like the N-word for Jews.
Jeez, why would you say that? That's so
While we're on the
hateful.
subject, have you heard of a Mick? Have you heard of a guinea?
Well, yes, of course. Those are great terms to use. That's how you represent other cultures.
Oh my god.
Dude, I had a customer the other day going off calling this guy a guinea, dude. He was like, I work with a bunch of guys. He's a fucking guinea. And I'm like, dude, just he's Italian. Doesn't matter with you. We don't have to be hateful here. And then he was like, he's married to a dyke. And I was like, I understand. Okay, cool.
Oh my god. Did you really? You never understood the impact of the word dyke?
No, I also don't know many lesbians.
Carissa said it's like calling a lesbian that wears dresses and makeup a lipstick lesbian.
With the eye roll emoji. Is it really the same? Well, so is calling him butch acceptable?
At one point, it was the acceptable alternative to dyke. I don't think that butch is an acceptable term now. It's difficult because I don't talk to human beings anymore other than you and Liz and Mason and Carissa.
Wow, I'm sorry you have to talk to them too. Them three.
Lipstick lesbian? Really? That's an offensive term?
Hold on. Why don't we move on past this? This is what this was the.
Can we discuss? Listen, we're going to
we
make a
can
list of the
discuss
most
whatever you-
offensive words, terms, and names that we can use, and then I want to break down the origin of each one. I want that to be an episode.
Why? That sounds so boring.
What?
That sounds very boring.
Does it?
Yes, because it's not going to be like you can't have fun with something like that. That's not fun.
We have different definitions of fun. Educating yourself is very fun.
You're a fucking idiot. Is that offensive to you, Pat? You're a fucking idiot. Listen, back to fucking
I'm
Mason's
stupid and I
big-
have sex. I'm a
Listen.
fucking idiot.
Listen. Back to Mason's Big Boo thing. When the fuck did he stop looking like Big Boo? Because that is the greatest analogy he has ever used to represent himself. Because he said, back when I looked like Big Boo, you still look like Big Boo. With longer hair.
Yeah, he didn't come up with that term for himself. We did.
Well, why
We
did
put pictures of her next to pictures of him and said, which one's not an Asian lesbian? You don't remember that?
We should have used dyke and I would have understood what was going on.
Oh my God.
There's like,
It's amazing.
What?
I just had this conversation. The word was kosher. And
Yeah,
somebody
you
was
and I
saying-
had this conversation about
Was
kosher.
it?
That somebody
And-
said kosher was offensive. You're a fucking idiot. If
But you had heard kosher
Of course.
in the context of acceptable.
Yes.
Because I've had that conversation.
Are you trying to say
outside
that
of-
dyke is not kosher?
dyke is not kosher?
With who? Do you know this firsthand from a lesbian?
I know that dyke is not kosher with both lesbians and Jewish lesbians. Mason said, "Why do you think I have a beard, bud? You have a
Mason.
beard to prove you're not a lesbian? No beard, and I look like Boo."
You
For,
look
for
like
anybody listening to the podcast who's never seen Mason, one,
he looks like
here's-
Boo if he
here's
has a beard or
Mason
not.
on my hat. You can see the big beard. But two,
Nobody listening to the podcast heard that.
uh,
And if they're watching it, they've
when
definitely
we are
seen
talking
Mason.
about Boo, we're talking about the character from Orange is the New Black. We are not talking about the character from Monsters, Inc. I just want to be unbelievably clear about this. Mason does not look like an adorable child in cartoon form. If he did, he'd be sleeping next to Tom. I say, good day.
That's his problem. All right, well, this was fun.
How long was it?
I don't know, 40 minutes, Pat, because you wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Is that on me?
I've been trying to end this since an hour before.
A lot of dead air there.
Right here.
I hate that you do that.
Oh, just randomly?
Yes.
That's the
oh
best.
my God, it's brutal.
Wait until we make the new ones, Pat. And we're still live on YouTube, by the way.
Oh.
Wait until we make the new ones. And we have, like, some little, like, like intro, like, oh, here comes an ad,
Mm-hmm.
and I just drop them in randomly. They're fucking awesome. Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Why don't you
hide your women, hide your kids. Tom saying offensive stuff.
That's true. Thank God Stream Elements still tells us about Christmas merch. That's right. Hashtag Bearded Gamer, get your Christmas merch.
Well, Mason, at least my streams put out ads for what I'm selling. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. See you Saturday on Twitch. Twitch.tv
Not to be confused
forward
with
slash
Tom's neighbor.
Twitch.com/9 gaming. Also, Twitch.com/9 media. Deuces.